welcome again to the lecture series, The Ascended Masters Answer the Fundamental Questions of Life. This lesson is entitled Lesson 11, Part 3. What is the relationship between a guru and a Chela? It is the tendency of the Chela to lean on the stronger and more experienced master. However, the Chela is expected to proceed on the path on his own power. He must not be carried by the teacher. The student learns wisdom by his mistakes. It is wise for the sincere student to take stock of his intellectual and spiritual assets, but he should also take note of his liabilities, which include all human tendencies and weaknesses, and these he should try to eradicate from his consciousness one by one, because if they are not removed, they will be proved to be the greatest stumbling blocks to progress later on. If the student in every decision he is called upon to make will listen to the still small voice within, he will surely hear the Master speaking, advising him as to the wise and proper procedure to take. As the traveler grows older and wiser and more experienced on the path, he will sense the nearness of the beloved invisible mentor. Although he may not be able to discern him with his fleshly eyes, he will feel the radiation and comfort of that loving presence who is so selflessly interested in his welfare. He will find that the Master whom he has been searching for on the outside is in fact nearer than hands and feet and closer than breathing. Is it possible for Chelas to live in a situation where they experience the tests and trials of several embodiments while living on the same physical body? Yes, if an individual comes under the personal direction of Saint Germain as an active conductor of the violet ray, he will be given the marvelous privilege of taking several embodiments in one, without the necessity of discarding the physical body. During this embodiment, he'll find himself in new environments where friends and locations are constantly changing. Additional opportunity will be given to overcome bad habits and to attain self-mastery. In order to correct the patterns of disharmony of the past, the students must be positive, determined, and proceed with confidence. The individual who has the will and determination to change patterns of disharmony with sufficient earnestness and tenacity of feeling becomes the master of circumstance. He does not become discouraged in his attempts to set his world in order. He just tries again, knowing that he will prevail and that one with God is a maturity. There are differences in the discipline of a master. The Masters Serapis Bey, Almori, and Hilarion are known to be rather strict. Kutumi, Jesus, and Mother Mary are of a more gentle nature. Almori is known symbolically to pull his Chelas up a vertical face of a mountain, and during the climb the Chela may get his clothes torn, may get his skin bruised, but he arrives at the top of the mountain at a relatively fast pace. Normally a master works with a student who is on the same ray as the master himself. For example, if the student is on the second ray, he would be working with Kutumi, Lantu, or Lord Maitreya. But he could also be working with Jesus, because Jesus is a world teacher, and that activity is of the second ray. The master will share his understanding of the law, but there has to be a persistent co-effort by the Chela. When a Chela balances the efforts of a master through application and service, then Through this constructive use of energy, the Master grows in grace and the accumulated good increases in his causal body as well. Therefore, the Masters love to be called. It enables them to do higher tasks in the future. If invited to do so, the Master will suggest a course of action that will be beneficial to the spiritual development of the Chela. Such a program, the Masters explained, is similar to a trainer encouraging a horse to jump over higher and higher hurdles and to do so with ease and dignity. Even if the Master does his best to teach a Chela, the ultimate results will always be in doubt, because he does not know how the Chela will react in certain situations due to certain weaknesses inherent within the Chela himself. When the Master notices that his association brings tension, strain, and unhappiness, the door is mercifully closed, in part or completely, so that the Chela may find his peace in a more gentle, leisurely climb. The Masters cannot and will not be forceful in his relationship with the Chela. He depends on a voluntary effort. Here's an often asked question: why doesn't the Master ever appear before his Chela? The answer to this question cannot be given in one sentence. We are here in embodiment on earth to gain mastery, mainly through our own effort. The actual presence of the Ascended Master with his higher vibratory level would be a great shock to our undeveloped inner bodies. Moreover, the Masters do not have an unlimited amount of energy in dealing with mankind. If they had, mankind's problems would have been over long ago. Appearing in an Ascended Master body and a tunneling through the psychic realm required to reach the consciousness of an individual takes a great deal of energy. This energy is better utilized in situations where, for example, the Masters can direct a group through the consciousness of a group leader, or better yet, through a trained messenger and a dedicated group of co-workers who will spread the written message all over the globe. The Maharaja speaks about this sacred relationship and how its Chela is chosen for service. While this article was written in the 1950s, it applies as well to the Chela of today. The Maharaja stated, "The law of the great universe is that we must answer your call with our presence. Courtesy must not allow us to intrude unless invited. This invitation must not come from your lips, but also from your hearts." Mankind has forfeited the connection with the Master's kingdom, and it has been required that a bridge be formed from our octave to yours, in order that we might convey to you the activities of the Brotherhood. We are real, living, breathing beings. We are engaged in activities primarily concerned with the freeing of mankind from the snare of the senses. Each one of us, at the moment of our ascension, renounced the heavenly bliss of nirvana and offered to remain as the guardian brothers to the evolutions of earth, until every man, woman and child, and all life belonging to this evolution is God-free. First, because they are my beloved sons and fellow workers, I am their father in a spiritual sense of the word. And I know that if they take their life essence and give it to you, they must stand before the Lords of Karma and prove that you have done with that life some good service, so that their investment has been wisely made. If the Johanns would invest in you the energies of their lives and their time, and you show no personal, voluntary service to mankind in return, they would have to make that energy up in some beneficial service. In that case, the karma of omission would fall upon your shoulders. This concludes Lesson 11, Part 3. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it, and I hope we will meet soon again for Part 4 of the lesson. God bless you.